everybody. Welcome to WDWNT Play. My name is Wolf, and we are playing Sorcerer's Arena by the Op Games. I'm here with my friends. Guys, introduce yourselves.
Sabrina.
Trent. Trent.
And we are playing, like I said, Sorcerer's Arena. The cool thing is we got to meet the game developer, Sean Fletcher,
Autographs right on there.
Gen Con. Such a good time. He was lucky, or we were lucky enough. Sorry.
He was lucky enough to win.
We were lucky enough to get his autograph on our game, and we are so excited to be playing this. If you guys have heard of Sorcerer's Arena, besides a board game, it's actually a mobile game as well. So please, 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 if by any chance you guys want to see us play that mobile game of Sorcerer's Arena, let us know down below. So Sorcerer's Arena, let me read right off of the
box.
Sorcerer's Arena, let me read right out the box here. The ultimate Disney and Pixar battle royale. Become the next master summoner in this epic turn-based combat game where every choice you make determines your legacy. Create a fantastical battle-ready roster of Disney and Pixar heroes and villain characters to enter the action-packed Sorcerer's Arena. Strategize to create exciting combinations of actions using special character abilities for endless replayability and prove your team has what it takes to claim victory. Again, we are so excited to be playing Sorcerer's Arena Epic Alliances. This is actually the core set, and there are many, many different expansion sets available out there. But if you guys want to grab this one, go down to the link below on our Amazon affiliate link. So, you guys want to draft characters?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go. All right.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to draft our characters now. So, who's the person who's seen the
It's been a week.
Disney movie?
Been a
You?
It was yesterday.
You saw a Disney movie yesterday?
It's been
Yeah.
a minute for me.
It's been a minute. Okay, so Sabrina, you'll go first. Frank, you'll go second. Myself, and then you'll tag it up at the end.
Outstanding.
And then we
Okay.
loop it back
And
around.
then
We'll just loop it around.
Reverse it.
Yeah.
Sabrina, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Dr. Facilier.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Facilier for you. What do you think?
I'm going to go with Sully.
Sully.
Big and monstrous.
There you go. All right.
You gotta hold that to your camera.
Dr.
I will.
Facilier and Sully. You know what? I'm going to go with Sorcerer Mickey.
Nice.
Where are you going?
I wanted Sorcerer Mickey. I can't lie to you. I will take Aladdin.
Aladdin. All right. You're actually going to
And now we reverse.
character.
Well, actually, we're on blue team here, so. And now we get another character.
You're going to get another character.
I'm gonna take Maleficent.
Maleficent. There you go. I am going to go with, I think, Gaston.
Good choice. Good choice. I'm going to go with Demona.
Ooh. Here you go. And so you've got Ariel.
Okay.
All right, that was a good draft, I gotta say. Very cool. The characters that we have for this game are kind of unique. So we got Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey, Gaston, Maleficent, Aladdin, Ariel, Dr. Facilier, Deep Cut, Demona from Gargoyles, yeah, and Sully. Oh, nice. So each of us have our characters. Each of us also have our character ability cards as well. So these are character ability cards. It's going to give us our stats that we're going to need throughout the game. It's going to give us our movement, action, and skills. So we have those. Each player is playing with 2 characters, essentially, but each team has 4 characters, which is really cool. We also have character decks, which we've all shuffled. We actually don't already have our hands because if you are playing teams, you're actually going to be adding whatever both of your characters have for their hand limit plus 2 additional cards.
Okay.
So let's do that now. We'll grab our hand limit here. So like, for example, myself, Gaston has 1, and then Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey has 2. But then since we're playing teams, I get 2 more. And this is going to be my card hand limit for the rest of the game. All right, all right.
All right.
So we have right here turn order, essentially. It does go one team, then the next team. We started off with you guys with your Aladdin. Then we're going for us. We got Gaston, Sully on their end, Dr. Facilier for us, Demona for them, Sorcerer Mickey for us, Maleficent, and then rounding it off, we got Ariel. So you know what? Let's just get into this. What do you think?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
Aladdin, let's do it.
Okay, so for my turn here, I'm going to use the reference card here that tells you exactly what to do on your turn. So it says first here to check your status effects and VP spaces, which we'll get into those once we get to those parts of the board.
Definitely.
And then return any KO'd characters to the arena, but again, we'll get to that once that
Just
happens.
started.
So next up, we have draw 1 card. So I'm going to draw a card here, add it to my hand, and then we start our phases. We have a movement phase, an action phase, and a skill phase, which goes off of our characters here. And we can
don't
do,
have to go in order.
yeah, we can do any of them in any order, and we can choose not to do some. So for example here, I'm going to start with my movement phase, and I can standard move 3, or I can use one of Aladdin's movement cards to move more. So if I look at this card here, it is a movement card. It says move up to 4 spaces, and Aladdin may pass through rivals while moving, which also comes with an added bonus of each summoner who controls 1 or more rivals pass through this way puts a random card from their hand on the top of their deck. From
So
their hand
Aladdin's
on
going to
top.
move 4 spaces, and he's already the
Yeah, I'm gonna
one
put that
character in this game, at least for the core set, that
in
can
my-
basic movement. He can already move 2 or
3.
3.
That's because he's,
3, because everyone else can move 2.
that's
I'm
'cause
gonna-
he's one jump ahead.
That is true.
One
So
jump
I'm going
ahead.
to put that in my discard pile right there, which faces up, and I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. I could have taken any route there, but that. And now, you know, I can just put my deck down. I can look at my other abilities. Action cards allow me to hit any player adjacent to me, or any enemy adjacent to me, but I do not have any of those. So I can look at my skill card. So actually, like she said, 1 jump ahead, which will allow me to discard any movement card from my hand to give Aladdin 1 stealthy, which we're not going to worry about that right now. And my other thing, Thief's Cure, is another thing of hitting people around me, which we still can't do, so that's my turn.
All right. So since it's hit next person's turn, we're going to move this down.
Gaston.
So Gaston. I actually have Gaston. I'm also going to be using the little reference guide here. So I'm going to draw a card. Perfect. And then we're going to go through movement, action, or skill phase. So let's see here. Movement, I have standard 2. And actually, I think I'm going to do movement right now. Because with Gaston, 1, 2, I'll have someone adjacent to me. So the skill set says, let's see here. Reveal the top card of your deck if that card has a sword action card or action symbol. Gaston gains 1 strong. Otherwise, Gaston takes 1 damage. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Why not? So I'm gonna reveal the top card. Oh, this does not have one of the sword symbols. So he's actually gonna take 1 damage. So we'll do 1 damage on him, but I'm also going to do my action and I'm gonna shove. So it says deal 3 damage to an adjacent rival.
Oh.
So, Aladdin there, you're gonna
Take
do
3
some
damage.
take some 3 damage there. Move that rival rival up 2 spaces. You may not move that rival through other characters this way. So up to 2 spaces. So that means I'm shoving you. So do I push you back?
Or you can push me into you.
Or I can push you into me.
Don't do that.
No, I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna push you back, because I don't want you to stay on that space anyways. So I'm gonna push you back, and we're gonna go this way. 2 spaces. There we go. Oh, we're gonna put this up here with my discard pile. And you know what? I think that is it. I'm gonna see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm under my hand limit, and that is the end of my turn.
Outstanding.
So Sully
is next.
That's why I pushed Aladdin in front of Sully. I was like, no.
Well, that is actually one of the benefits to this game is you can jump through teammates. So one of your own characters or one of your teammates' characters, just like they're not there. You can't land on that space. It still has to be a blank space. It is the one issue there. So here's our handy dandy little reference card. So check status effects and VP spaces. I don't have any of that. Return active KO'd character to an arena. Have none. Draw 1 card. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so I've done that. Now movement, action, and skills. Skills. Activate any number of active character skills once each in any order. If Sully travel by door. If Sully has not moved this turn, move Sully to any unoccupied space adjacent to an ally with 4 or fewer hearts. Sully gains 1 immobilized. So I can jump if I used my skill anywhere on the board to an ally if they had 4 or less hearts. As Aladdin is already next to me, I don't need to use that skill.
Sure.
So now I will move on to movement phase. Can standard movement per standard movement value, optional first discard any lightning card, is that, or I'm not sure what is that symbol?
That's a movement symbol.
Oh, the movement symbol. Okay, so discount any movement card, and I can raise movement by 1 until end of phase. So he has by default 2 for standard movement, but I can give him 3 if I want to.
And just to let you know, you do not need to discard a Sully card to do that.
Correct.
If by any chance you have any for Demona, you can also discard one of hers.
Okay, so I'm going to discard a Demona with the movement on it into my now discard pile, and he can move 3. So 1, 2, and we're gonna have some fighting.
Ooh.
Okay, so now on to the action phase. Standard attack is 2. Okay, so I'm also going to do wide swipe, which is deal 2 damage to an adjacent rival, to each adjacent rival. Plus the standard, so that would be 4.
Ooh.
If I'm understanding that correctly.
4.
So that would be 4 damage, and just so that the camera can see.
No.
Deal 2 damage to each adjacent rival.
That means you only deal 2 damage.
Only 2?
Oh,
Yeah, the card replaces your default attack.
Okay, well then I don't really need to do that because I've already got 2 by default.
Yeah.
It would, yeah, that card would really kind of apply more if you had
2 people out there.
Multiple people
Yeah,
around you.
then I could do a whole bunch of y'all at
Correct.
once. Okay, so yeah, he did 2 damage to Gaston,
2 damage.
and that, my friends, is the end of the turn.
All right. So Gaston is now sitting at 7.
Ooh.
Come on.
All right, so now it's Dr. Facilier's turn.
Let's do it.
Let's see what the Magic Man brought. All right. So Dr. Facilier, his skill set is tarot reading. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a magic card, you gain an additional action phase this turn. Otherwise, reveal a random card from your hand.
Oh.
You know what? We're going to take our chances here. We're going to reveal that top card. It does not have a magic card. So now I get to reveal a card from my hand. Let's go with...
We're not doing very good at the...
I know. So Swift
looking at-
Seas.
We've not been lucky.
I've got a card that I can move up to 4 spaces.
Oh, there we go.
There you
That's a
go. So
nice
now you know.
one.
Put that back. All right. Also going to draw my card because I hadn't drawn that yet, so we're good there. All right. So we've done my skill set. I have a movement phase and an action phase. We're going to go ahead and move. I'm just going to take my normal 2. 1, 2. And then I'm going to play my action phase. I have, it's called Slimy Little Frog.
Oh.
It has a range of 2. So that is more than enough to reach out to Sully there.
Yeah.
And it is... so one rival gains 1 shrunken.
Ooh.
That says, add 1 status counter to any number of status effects on that rival. So we get to add a shrunken on there to Sully.
And what does Shrunken do?
Shrunken.
It's our first status effect of the game.
Yeah.
So Shrunken is this character's standard attack is 1, and its summoner cannot play any card with a sword icon symbol during this character's turn. They may still discard a sword card to add 1 to each character's standard attack. So you can still discard 1, but you are still going to have 1 on you, essentially. Yeah. So you can't play any with that symbol. So for Sully's next turn, or actually, we'll talk about what's going to happen to you actually, because that might not even affect you.
Yeah.
All right, now that I've moved and I'm within 2 spots, I have this fantastic card called Slimy Little Frog, and it has a range of 2.
2.
So I can actually reach Sully from my spot, and it allows me to give a rival 1 shrunken. So I need the shrunken, which then lessens your attack power by 1. So he gets 1 shrunken.
There we go.
And I can add 1 status counter to any number of status effects on that rival. So I can double up, so that actually affects you the next round.
Yep.
There we go. You don't have anything else?
No, I've done my movement, I've done my action, I've done my skills, and I have the correct number of cards in my hand. I think 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm good to go.
You're good.
I am solid.
Next person?
Next person.
Demona's turn.
Demona.
Oh, that's me. Okay, so I don't think we have anybody for the first 2, so I will draw a card. Let's see, skills phase. Dangerous Force. If you have played 2 or more Demona cards this turn, remove all status effects from Demona. Then Demona gains 2 strong. So I'd have to play 2 cards before to the skills. So movement standard is 2. Wings of Flight. Move to any unoccupied space. And can she do any? Can I play any of these cards, or is it just her cards?
Which one are you doing?
Well, I was debating doing
A movement?
a movement card,
So it has to be one of her movement
but then I
cards.
can do any attack card.
If you're playing a card, it has to be one of her cards. If
Okay.
you're discarding, it could be one of Sully's cards.
Okay, so she can only do one thing, unfortunately, because she doesn't have. I've got a handful of Sully here. Just beware. I've got a handful of Sully here. So Demona's going to move up a couple spots. Standard attack is 2, and I don't have anything or anybody to attack. So, and Dangerous Force, I've used no cards. My turn has completed.
Well, you're at your card limit. You need to make sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I still have to discard a card. Okay, so I will discard. Oops. Okay.
All right.
2, 4, 6.
We're going down to Mickey.
Sorcerer Mickey.
All right, so I'm gonna pick up. Let's see. Let's see what our skills. Magical means discard any magic card from your hand to give Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey 1 magic broom. Okay. Good to know, good to know.
Did you draw your card?
I did.
Fantastic.
I drew one. I'm going to use a movement card. So this says quick recall. Move up to 3 spaces and then return up to 1 magic card from your discard pile to your hand. Okay. Let's see here. We're gonna move 3. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then return 1 of your discard. So that has the magic symbol there. So I'm gonna take this one, put it back in my hand, and then this will be discarded. We got an action. Let's see here. Action phase. Choose up to 1 standard attack. I got a standard attack of 2, but I don't have any range. I need a range attack, and I don't have one right now. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna skip my action phase, but I'm gonna do my skills phase, which is discard any magic card from your hand and give Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey 1 magic broom. What do I want to get rid of? I'll get rid of this one. That one has the little magic symbol there. And then magic broom. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am at my limit, so I am good to go.
Next.
Maleficent.
My turn. Okay, so looking at Maleficent's ability here, we have if Maleficent is on a victory space, draw a card for each rival you have dealt damage to this turn, and put a card from your hand on top of your deck. So I cannot do that, as I have not damaged anybody. So we're going to move on to drawing a card, because I forgot to do that. And then we have our phases. So for this turn, I'm going to use my default movement of 2, so that I can move Maleficent 1, 2 spots, put me directly in line with Gaston for her attack card called Diablo's Flight, which is to choose a straight line of adjacent spaces from Maleficent to an edge of the arena and deal 2 damage to each rival in that line. So discarding that, I get to deal 2 damage in this line, which hits Gaston for 2.
All right. Boop, 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 boop.
And
And
then
it looks like y'all figured out a mistake that was made getting rid of that card.
No.
Wanted to save it.
So
No,
it does say that
I think you could have used it as an action card because it is an action card.
I could have. The reason why I didn't is because I didn't have any adjacent. I didn't have any adjacent rivals, and I was going to anyways get a magic broom. So I was like,
Yeah, but this one you gain 2 magic brooms, and it just says choose up to 1 adjacent rival. It doesn't say you have to, though. And then it says deal 1 damage to that rival for each status counter on Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey's broom. A magic broom. So you could have actually gained
Could've,
2 magic brooms
okay,
instead of...
good to know. I'm just gonna have to go into my deck later.
Since my hand limit, I used 1 card and got 1 card, is still good. That is my turn. It is down to Ariel.
Ooh. All right,
right.
Ariel.
All right, we're going to check out Ariel's skills here. Well, I guess I should draw first.
Draw.
So check. She's not done anything. She hasn't done anything. So I will draw my card. Check out my skill set. And it says, dig for thingamabobs. Reveal the top card of your deck. Choose 1. If it's an Ariel card, I can draw it. Discard it. I can either if it's an Ariel card, I can keep it.
Oh, okay.
If it's not, then I can discard it, and I can have one character recover one heart, or I can just put it back.
Oh, she's a healer.
She's a healer.
That's
Good to
interesting.
know.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and flip the next card. It is not Ariel, and it is not one that I'm just gonna put it back because it is not one that I want to use as of yet.
Yeah.
All right, so I've done my skill set. We're gonna go ahead and do movement.
Okay.
I'm gonna use that lovely card that you guys saw earlier with Swift Seas, and I can move up to 4 spaces. Now it is good to note that across the top of these cards has little bars,
Yes.
and that tells you in your hand how many of those cards are in that deck.
Gotcha.
So she's got one little pink bar up there. That means this is the only chance I get to move 4 spaces, and I am taking full advantage.
Yeah, you're not Aladdin. Calm down.
That's right. Taking full advantage of my 4 spaces here. Let's see. Gaston's the only one that's taken any hit, correct?
Yeah.
All right. I think for the moment, I'm going to skip my action because I'm not really close enough and I don't have any
Long range ones.
range. Yeah. And I got my 7 cards, so we're good to go.
7? All right. So that is actually the end of the round.
Nice.
So we're going back up, and now we're actually going to be paying attention to that beginning part of our little reference guides.
Of our
Because now we're
checklist.
going to check status effects and victory point spaces, because there are some that are on victory points spaces. So yeah. All right, who's that? Aladdin.
Aladdin is not on a victory
Not
point
on a victory
space
point space.
and has no status effects. So we're going to take a card. Ooh. And then we're going to look at our things. So Aladdin again is the only card or the only character with a movement of 3. And I still don't want to do any of his skills just yet. So we are going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3, putting us right next to Ariel,
Oh, he's coming for you.
which does seem
I shouldn't take that personally, but I think I will.
does seem scary to put myself right in enemy's way. But I have a very special card here. It's his card with 1 use. It can be used as a movement or an attack card,
Oh.
and it lets me move up to 3 spaces and pass through rivals. And if I pass through them, I deal 1 damage. So, I'm going to use that card, and we can move through Ariel
Oh.
and Mickey
Oh.
and land right here, dealing 1 damage to both of them.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
And that is,
The end of the turn.
well, discard any card from hand to give Aladdin 1 stealthy, or reveal the top card of a rival summoner's deck. If the rival character matching that card is adjacent to Aladdin, Aladdin recovers 1 health, which Aladdin is kind of low. So, if you want to draw 1, if it is a Mickey card, I do heal Aladdin.
All right. Taking that top card.
It's a Mickey card!
Oh.
So Aladdin gets to go up 1 health.
Put it right back on top.
Yep. Yeah, it doesn't on those say that it's gone.
Yeah.
Well, at least he knows what his next card is.
Right,
There.
hey.
And Aladdin gets healed back up since he is facing Mickey.
There you go.
And that is my turn.
Nice.
All right. Let's move on to Gaston.
All right, Gaston, I needed to do some stuff. Let's see here. Gaston doesn't have any status effects. He is unfortunately not on any victory point spaces, so we'll just draw a card and, oh, I wonder what card it is. I wonder.
Yeah. Did you want to check your skill set?
Yeah, right? Let's see. Skills. Boast. It says, reveal the top card of your deck. If the card is if the card has a sword symbol, Gaston gains 1 strong. Otherwise, Gaston takes 1 damage.
Ooh.
Now, here's the thing. I did that the first time, and that didn't help me at all.
I can't fill twice.
Yeah,
Do it,
let's
do
try
it.
Let's see. 1, 2, bam!
Ah!
So, at least he gains 1 strong.
Which is
So where is
Right
it?
there.
Right
There we
here.
go.
Ooh.
ooh.
Gains 1 strong. There we go. And we're gonna need it because we're gonna go for our movement phase. And you know what? Movement phase. We are going to just move our 2. We'll do our standard 2. 1, 2. I'm actually going backwards a little
Oh boy.
bit. Going backwards a little bit.
Thank God I got that 1 health.
I think he might be coming for you, Aladdin.
I got the 1 extra health. It's fun.
Because I'm going to use that action phase. I'm gonna use shove again.
Oh.
So it's gonna deal 3 damage to that adjacent rival, and then move that rival up to 2 spaces. You may not move that rival through other characters this way, though. So I won't
You
be
could only
doing
go
one
much.
space.
I can only
You
do
gain
1.
because you have the strong.
And correct,
So
I
it's
gain 1, so
4.
it's 4 damage to Aladdin. Aladdin.
Uh-oh.
Boop, 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 boop.
He did his
Where are you
job.
moving him to? No, I
Where
don't
are you
I
know.
just
pushing
gotta
me
move
to?
him there. I can't.
Well, you can move him that way.
Can I?
I mean, it's 2. You're shoving him 2,
I mean,
right?
he
can't.
It's up to 2. He can just do 1.
Yeah.
He can throw me in there. Throw me in
You
Ariel
can
and
put him
Mickey.
next to, that would put him right by Mickey and Ariel.
But I can move him this way.
You could also move him that way towards Dr.
So
Facilier.
then he'll go towards Dr. Facilier,
Ooh,
and maybe Dr. Facilier can do something.
maybe. But he gets down 4 damage.
4
your
damage.
damage.
Let's
Oh
do
yeah, I do have to
damage.
change stuff down.
And I gotta check my deck here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I am good
Uh-oh.
there.
So
'cause
how
I
many
am
you got
at my
left there?
limit.
3.
What you got
cards.
left there?
I'm gonna,
go.
you know what? I'm gonna stare at you,
He's got 3 left.
and not Gaston, at you.
Sully, it is now your turn.
Okay, so status. I'm assuming I can get rid of both of those status tokens because one of them was technically for the last turn, and then one of them is
Nope.
this turn.
No,
So you get rid of 1.
But then
And
that
then
would
the
be
next
last turn and the next turn.
No, that's this turn. So that takes care of the one from last turn. That means
Right, but the
Shrunken
one from
still
the
stays on
yeah,
there.
you still have
Right,
shrunken
but then
this
that
turn.
means for 2 turns.
Yeah, so next
And
turn
I'd
you
already had my turn on the last one. We determined
Yes,
that
but that doesn't
bypassed
affect
that.
It didn't affect you.
because you got it after your turn.
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
now with
you
this-
still have 1
with
shrunken.
This one
turn,
affects you on this turn.
you'll take 1.
And then next turn, it will not.
You'll take 1 status effect or status counter off of it.
Yep.
Yep.
But since you had 2, you still have 1.
And then I also gain one of these because
Oh, yeah,
I'm on
you
gold.
Do.
So that
Oh, no,
actually
that
used
stays
to
over
do-
here.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
That's 1.
So
That's 1
this
for our
is-
team.
1 point for you
And
guys.
what specifically are these? These are how you figure out who wins. First
those
team
are
to get
victory
20 of
points,
these
yeah.
victory points, you win.
It does add up
So,
for the 2
yep,
team
and
members.
it's cumulative for the team. Okay, so we have no KO'd characters to return to the
we almost
arena.
do.
And I draw a card. Okay. Ooh, I like that. So, and that doesn't say adjacent either. So, so I can do a standard move. Okay, so Demona is going to use Wings of Flight.
Oh wait, you're on.
Oh no,
Sully.
yeah, that's right. I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm on Sully. Well, the good news is I've got a whole lot of cards there too. I don't know if I'm going to use any of them just because I can still only do 1 damage. Is that on the attack? I'm going to ask this as a question.
Yeah.
And reveal kind of what I have because I've also got move up to 3 spaces. Sully may pass through rivals while moving. Sully can deal 1 damage to each rival passed in this manner.
Yeah, so just like
So does that count? Does that get limited by that?
It has
Because
an
that's-
attack you cannot use. If it's got the little sword, you cannot use it.
Yep, if it has a
Oh, yeah, so
sword,
you can't use that card.
I can't. Well, everything he's got just about.
Has a little sword.
Yeah.
symbol.
Let's see. Ba-bum.
Now, what you can do is use your standard attack.
If you do
Yeah.
move up to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do nothing and stay right there.
Okay.
Let me.
Not a bad move.
Let's see.
He is on a victory square.
Yeah.
Sully is now moved on this turn. Move Sully, if I want to any unoccupied space adjacent to an ally with 4 or fewer hearts. Sully gains 1 immobilized, but that's kind of a negative, and it's not healing anything. So.
Yeah, the advantage for Sully to stay there, honestly, is the fact that he hasn't gotten hit.
Well, yeah,
And he can
everyone's
take a lot of
fighting
damage.
Aladdin right now.
Yeah, he
so
can take a lot of damage.
he has
He hasn't
11
gotten hit.
hearts.
Ooh.
So.
He already collected 1 victory point. Like,
Yeah, I'm going to stay where I'm at, and I look forward to Demona's turn.
all right.
What does Flustered do again?
Flustered. Whenever a status counter is removed from Flustered during the starting phase, this character's summoner banishes a random card from their hand.
Ooh. And banishing removes that
Moves it
card from the game,
From the
completely.
game.
forever. It goes down here.
Completely.
We went through victory points, and that's one way of winning this game. If collectively a team gathers up 20 victory points. But
forgot I had
something
the
that we did
discard
not
card.
mention, but now that we're talking about banishing cards, if by any chance you have to pick up cards and you don't have any more, that is also another indication that the game is over.
Yep.
So banishing cards definitely help with that kind of way of winning.
That win condition or lose condition is meant, it comes to which team has more victory points.
Yep.
Correct.
The game is over. Whoever has more
Whoever
victory
has
points
more.
wins. So we could lose cards. Game's over.
But we
But
win.
if
But
you have
currently,
more-
because we have won.
Yeah, you can definitely just win it all.
Scooby Dooby Doo. Oh, sorry, that's Warner Brothers, isn't it? Oh, gosh. There, that's Disney.
So Sabrina, what do you think you're gonna be doing? We got Facilier.
I know the cards. The cards.
I want to get evil over here. How do I get evil? How do I kill him?
All right, let's go.
How do I KO him?
Draw my one.
Sorry, Disney doesn't. Disney KOs.
This chaos,
Unless you're Lion King.
of course.
Or Big Hero 6.
So right now, if she has a range attack, she can hit Sully.
Yep.
If she has a range of 2 by chance, but she also has Aladdin right there next to her.
I
so
know.
No, he has so much health. You don't want to waste your turn.
I've gotten so many options. All right. We're gonna start with my skills.
Ooh, okay.
So I get to draw that top card. If it is a magic card, then I get an additional action phase. Otherwise, I reveal it is not.
Not.
There we go. All right.
happens.
So random card here. I'll just pull one out. Let's see. A smooth talker. So I can add up to 1 status counter to 1 status effect on any number of characters. If 3 or more characters have status effects on them, I get to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
Okay.
3 characters do have status effects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, we are going to... I'm going to move. I'm going to take my 2. I don't think I have any. There we go. So we're going to move 2. Then I'm
Nice.
going to play... let's see.
This will be that last phase, right? That action phase.
Yes.
Does she have 2, or am I Am I misremembering that? Doesn't she have 2 because of her skill, or did she not do that?
No, I didn't gain.
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
did her
gain
skill.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
But nothing came of it.
Wrong card.
All right. I think I am going to play Bamboozled.
Oh.
So Bamboozled is, I've got a range of 2, so I'm good with either Aladdin or Sully. So I'm going to go ahead and add a Flustered to Sully,
Ooh.
and then I will gain an additional action phase this turn.
Oh. So flustered
So
to
we'll do
Sully.
that.
What does Flustered do?
Flustered, whenever a status counter is removed from Flustered during the starting phase, so next time you play Sully, this character's summoner banishes a random card from their hand.
So
Okay.
just from flustered, right?
So from here.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just from flustered, right?
Just from
just
Flustered.
Okay, because he would have gotten 2 there, and that would have been
No,
bad.
no, just from Flustered.
That's good.
And then you have
Now,
an extra.
I do, and I think
Hey.
I'm going to play this one. It is Friends on the Other Side. So Friends on the Other Side, each adjacent rival gains 2 cursed.
Okay, so we got those.
We've got
put
those on there. Then it says, then takes 1 damage for each different status effect on them.
And we have come to the conclusion, which this card does not fully specify, whether or not curse being added counts as one of those damage ticks. For the
we're
sake of
doing it.
our gameplay, we have decided it will count, meaning Sully takes 3 damage and Aladdin takes 1. However, you can interpret that how you will, and when you're playing your game.
Yeah. All
House
right.
rules. All right.
That is, my gosh.
Right?
Goodness gracious.
And I believe.
Great googly
let's see,
moogly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm under my limit, so I believe
It's at
that
Aladdin now.
ends my.
Ooh.
Woohoo! Aladdin's down to 2.
All
Eh,
right.
he'll just come over here or
Sully's
there.
down to what? 8?
Yeah? 8.
All right.
All right.
Just get him
All
out.
right. Let's do this.
Ready?
Yep.
Demona's turn.
Demona.
Okay, so check status. She has none. No KO'd characters. We're gonna draw a card here, and okay, I will put that one to use here in the near future. So for movement phase, I'm going to use Wings of Flight. Move to any unoccupied space. So she's going to come on over here.
Ooh.
Oh, in
Right in the
danger
middle.
there.
Uh-oh.
And for the attack, she's going to use Dark Lightning. Range 2, so up to 2 spaces. I've got enemies
actually-
close enough.
Technically, Ariel will also get hit.
Yep.
Well, she could. This one is deal 3 damage to each of up to 2 rivals,
Okay.
and then she'll also take 2 damage herself
Ooh.
as a result of that.
Gotcha.
All right.
So
Who are you picking?
Gaston
Okay.
and Dr. Strangelove there is
Facilier.
taking 2. Dr. Facilier, and then she
Ooh.
takes 2.
1, 2.
So you each get
Alright.
3.
Oh,
3
boy.
damage.
Oh, we get 3.
three
You get 3 damage.
Oh.
She takes.
Takes-
Demona
Alright.
takes 2
Oh,
for dealing that damage out.
oh,
That was
boy.
big.
And here's the fun one: skills. Now I'm going to use skills.
Oh, boy.
If you have played 2 or more cards, 1, 2, during the turn, Demona removes all status effects from Demona. She has no status effects from anybody else. Be nice if she could project that to other team members, but that's okay. She gains 2 strong, which means everybody else is about to have a bad day. So strong with 2 tokens, please. And my turn is done.
Is done? All right.
My damage hath been dealt.
Okay,
On to
so
Mickey.
let's go with Mickey.
Bless you.
So we got to check status effects. I have 1. I'm going to remove that. But removing Magic Broom actually lets me... So I'm going to be removing the Magic Broom. So it says here, when a status counter is removed from Magic Broom during the starting phase, which I just did, this character's summoner looks at the top 2 cards of their deck and returns them in any order. They then reveal the top card of their deck. If that card is a magical card, this character gains 1 Magic Broom. Why not? 1, 2. Let's do it like this. And would you look at that? It's not.
Oh.
Darn.
It's
They give you the
You got
ability
it
to
there.
keep that broom for nearly ever.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that both of them, that neither one of them had
You
that.
just tell me they were both attacked.
Please tell me.
No, none of them were.
Okay,
Were
okay.
Ricky's. Both
the
cards that I
magical?
chose were Gaston.
Okay, so
He said,
none
"Would
of
you
them
look
had the
at-"
magical.
He said,
on
would
there.
you look at that? I was like, okay, he got the magic card. It's attack. I'm like, okay. You got me there.
No,
Worst magician ever!
Is this your card? No, it's not.
Is there anything in my hand?
Nope. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna do. So, movement phase. I'm gonna use studied steps. So, move up to 2 spaces. So, I'm gonna go 1, 2.
Can you jump over enemies with that? I don't think so.
Oh, can I not go through enemies?
No,
You
just
can go
allies.
through teammates.
I can go through
Through your own
Yeah.
characters or your team's characters.
So let's go 1, 2 then.
There you go.
There you go.
That's
We'll do
doable.
that. And then Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey gains 2 Magic Brooms. So I'm gonna
Oh, wow.
get my Magic Brooms again.
There you go.
Perfect, thank you.
Now, if you get like a good lineup, we'll just run out of those status tokens.
Yeah, right,
Because you'll just
honestly.
keep filling up Magic
They
Broom.
just keep on filling up. So that goes there. And then let's do action phase. So for action phase, let's see here. Give me a second. I'm gonna do my skill. I'm actually gonna skip it. I'm gonna go to my skill, and then I'll go back to action. Skill: discard any magic card from your hand and give Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey 1 Magic Broom. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then we are going to do my action, which I'm gonna do Shooting Star. Let's see if I read this right.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see if I read this right. It says deal 3 damage to an adjacent rival. So it says to an adjacent rival. So not multiple, just one.
Just one, so either of those two.
And I deal 3. So
Oh,
Aladdin there is gonna get 3.
he's gonna go to sleep.
Bye-bye.
He got KO'd.
If Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey has at least 3 total status counters on status effects, Shooting Star has a range of 3. I guess that doesn't matter.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't
You're
matter.
right next to him.
But I'm right next to him. So I also KO'd him. Can I see your Aladdin card, actually?
Okay.
So since I KO'd Aladdin, we get 6 victory points.
Oh.
Yes!
Ah! So we're going to get some 6 victory points right
And
there.
You also can add one more to your Magic Broom, right?
Um,
Because you discarded that one card.
He'd already gotten
I did that one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I did that one. I did that one. Now I have 2 on there.
Okay.
So that goes there. And that is it. 'Cause
Very nice.
That was a
I
good
only have
turn.
2.
Very good.
All
There we
right.
go.
That's
That-
it for me.
Is a prime example of a killer turn.
All right.
It's not you. You're last.
Let's see here.
No, it is my turn. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Maleficent.
Maleficent's turn.
Oh, you're
Okay.
Maleficent. Sorry.
Yes.
You're Ariel.
Yes, we're Ariel.
Okay, let's see.
That's right. She's the healer.
If Maleficent is on a crown space, she's not. So we don't have to worry about that. So we're going to move on to drawing a card, because I keep forgetting to do that at the start. And then we're going to do, I think, our movement phase. So let's see if we want to move anywhere. Well, that would be good. If things were lined up just a little differently.
Wind up. We gotta scatter. I don't like that.
I think I played that game before. Maybe that was from the cops. I'm not sure. Scatter! Run!
I think
It wasn't very good then either. No, turns out I'm not a runner.
I think I'm going to use just a normal 2-mover, 1, 2,
Oh,
for my movement,
getting
and
away
then
from
we are
people.
going to use the ability Forest of Thorns,
Oh boy,
Oh.
I don't like the sound of that.
which has a range of 2.
Put it flat.
And it gives me the ability, or the choice, to either deal 1 damage to a rival, and that rival gains 2 immobilized, or deal 1 damage each to 2 rivals, which I'm going to hit Dr.
Facilier.
Facilier with that, and
With immobile-
give him immobilized 2 and hit him for 1. And now he's stuck in there.
Son of a monkey.
We're gonna run out of these things.
In between Sully
And Demona.
and that is
And
not
hit for 1.
and
Yep.
I'm
Yeah, hit for
one.
1. Yep.
I am not in a. I've made poor choices in my life.
oh boy.
That's a dangerous character. He's one we want KO'd.
Well, we have 6 victory points.
Hey, that's all right.
And what's he worth?
Oh, he's almost gone.
Just so we know.
4.
He's worth 4.
Okay, we'll take it.
Yeah.
As quickly
Is your
as
turn-
possible.
Is that the end of your turn? Do you have more damage to deal to me?
Do more damage.
So much more. No, that's the end of my turn.
Did you discard a card?
Do
Yeah,
I
I
cry
don't have
now
to.
or later?
Yeah, no, we're good. That's my turn.
Ariel.
Area.
You're safe for now.
Ariel's. Bless you.
Oh, she does have a healer now, though.
I do. have a
And
real now.
you earn one of these
That's
because
right. Now we're
you're
at 7.
on one of the victory
Oh, this is-
spots.
7. Yes, 7.
7.
7.
All right.
If you know, you know.
All right. So I'm going to start out. We started at the top. I checked we got our victory point in there.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and draw my card. Oh, decisions.
For a second there, I forgot what our characters were.
Talk about a tight little clustering
I
there.
forgot for just a second. And I was going to be like, Facilier only has 3.
Hey, thanks for
Listen,
pointing that
you.
out.
Well, that just determined what card I'll be using. Thank you. All right.
There's got to be something that heals. There's got to be something that heals. Click my heels and I go home.
Yes.
That's cool that she's a healer.
All right. So I'm going to skip the movement.
Okay.
We're going to
Okay.
stay put.
Okay.
I'm just going to stay there and hang out for victory points, apparently. I don't even know. I'm going to go ahead and do my skill set. So I can go ahead and draw the top card. If it's an Ariel, I can keep it. It is not an Ariel. And,
You know,
so we're going to just go ahead and put that back.
we don't have good luck with this.
It's not good luck. Good luck, yeah, no. All right, we're going to leave that there. But I'm going to go ahead and play this fancy card. And it is
Fancy.
Medicinal Melody.
Woo!
Cool.
That
Now-
sounds good.
I can choose one. I can either have all of my allies recover 2 hearts, or I can discard another action card and have each ally recover 3 hearts.
Oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
See, that one should be a punishment. If you use that, that should be banish a card
That should
and
be
give
it.
each 3.
So
That way it counters it. It's a great card, though, either way.
let's see. What is Facilier? That'll put them at 5. If I do. Yeah, so I think we're going to go ahead and
If you have it.
we're going to discard another another action card, and we're each going to recover 3, up to 3.
Whew.
Wow.
2, 3.
So yeah, the more group damage we can do,
can bump
the
her up.
better.
'Cause I think she had lost 1.
Sully normally can do a lot of damage, but right now he's stuck at 1. For 1 more turn.
Alright.
All right. And that,
That's your turn?
That was good. That was a good play.
That was bad for us.
Have you done skills?
I did.
Okay.
That ends
Oh,
my
that was the
turn.
card draw.
That's
Okay.
it.
Your turn?
Okay.
Yep. So now,
Alright.
back up to
Good
Aladdin.
news. Aladdin comes back in and he is cured of his curse because he was KO'd.
He was KO'd.
Oh.
So I do not have to worry about those. I'm actually going to put Aladdin right here.
Has to go back row, I think.
Back row.
Oh, back
Yeah.
row. Oh, that's
Yep.
fine. That actually makes it easier.
Yeah, so when a character comes back from being KO'd, you can
can
put him
go-
on either side, actually. So this side or that one, but it does need to be on that back row of 3 spaces.
Okay, so looking at his abilities here. Wait.
What were his abilities?
Oh yeah. So I have
Moving
2
3
choices.
spaces? Come on.
I
We know this.
I have 2 choices here. I can either reveal the top card of a rival summoner's deck and heal 1, but he just came back with full health. So I can discard any card from my hand and give him 1 stealthy. And since I have a ton of the same Maleficent card, I'm going to get rid of this card. I'm going to give Aladdin 1 stealthy. Next, for my movement phase, I'm going to move up to 2 spaces and gain 2 stealthy. So we're gonna move 1, 2, move next to Mickey, and then for our attack phase, we're gonna deal 2 damage, and the rival summoner reveals their hand, and I choose 1 card or 1 Mickey card, and he has to get rid of that card and put it back in his deck.
Okay, so
So I hit
how much
Mickey
damage?
for 2.
2 damage. Let's do that.
Now, what does stealthy do again?
Anyone. Actually, what does it do? I know it's something about I cannot be hit
does
without
it?
banishing a card.
So stealthy. A rival summoner may only use a direct effect on this character if they first banish a card of their choice from their hand. Indirect effects do not cause the summoner to banish a card. So if anyone wants to directly hit Aladdin,
They have to banish a
then they
card
need to banish a card.
for
Which
3
doesn't mean just
turns.
discard to be able
It's
to
gone.
use the
No,
upgrade.
it
It's
is
gone.
gone. Yep. Okay, so you gave me 2 damage. Mm-hmm. And
And
then
I need to see your
you need
deck
to see my deck.
and get rid of the Mickey
Get rid
card.
of that Mickey card. All right.
You can
wait.
actually just put it in your deck.
Is it
It just has to be shuffled in your deck.
shuffled in my deck?
So it can't be at the top.
So just put it in there somewhere.
And yeah, that's my turn. Actually, wait. Is that in between phases now? I need to see real quick.
We're at the beginning of a new phase.
Well, he just did all 3 phases.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter anyways. I'm close to being able to upgrade him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Do we
Ready to
want to
go?
briefly talk about upgrades?
We can, yeah, definitely.
Since he brought up upgrades.
So, if everyone could actually show their cards here. So, every card has an upgrade like value. So these little symbols here either indicate
It's fire,
indicate fire,
Heart, wind,
or wind,
yep, or shell.
And
or
shell.
shell. So each one of them has a value that essentially you are going to kind of, I guess, cash in
Yes.
from your discard pile.
Yes.
Every single card actually has that little symbol,
On the lower right side.
and that's what you got to kind of cash in to be able to upgrade. And upgrading is very simple. All you have to do is just flip your card around, and it's going to give you
An additional.
an additional kind of like upgrade.
Yeah. It's also good to note that when you first draw these, and you pick your characters, off to the left here is how many of those types of cards are in that deck.
Yes.
So you may notice, for example, Dr. Facilier needs 2 heart and 2 fire, but within his deck, he only has 2 fire and 1 heart.
So you're never going to be able to just do it with Dr. Facilier.
Correct.
You're never going to be able to upgrade him, which is the beautiful thing about being able to play with other characters.
Yeah.
That Ariel has 2 heart. So you are definitely going to be able to upgrade, but you can only upgrade one of them.
Yeah, because she also requires 2 heart and 2 wind. So I would have to make a choice here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's talk about upgrades really quick, because since you brought it up, you might be able to upgrade next turn. So upgrades, if you look at the bottom of your character ability card, it has a little upgrade section here, and it gives you different, what the game calls gears. There's 4 different gears. There's one for heart, which is pink, one for fire, red, one for wind, which is the green one,
and
then shell, which is blue. So essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking at your discard pile, and
the bottom right corner
has the little gear logos, or the little gear representation of the different gears that are available in this game. Yes. So you're essentially going to be banishing, which again means getting rid of that card for the rest of the game.
Yes.
It's not like it's in your discard pile. You are banishing that game. You can't play it again.
And you can only upgrade from the discard pile, from the cards from the discard pile.
Yes. And essentially, you upgrade, you're going to turn your character status card around, and it is going to have whatever you upgraded for. So, for example, Gaston has Overwhelm. Whenever Gaston KOs a rival, Gaston recovers 3 hearts. Then, move Gaston up to 2 spaces and gain 1 victory point.
Wow.
Which, you know what? I did not know that. Now I know. All right. So, you are done with Aladdin, and it is Gaston's turn. Okay. So, I'm going to get rid of Strong, because it is Gaston's...
Yep.
The start of Gaston's turn, so Gaston doesn't have Strong anymore. And then what we are going to do is we're going to draw a card, because I am very low. All right. Let's see here. You know what? Let's try starting out with skills. Boast. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card has a sword icon, Gaston gains 1 strong. Otherwise, Gaston takes 1 damage.
We're gonna skip for the biscuit.
Woo, come
Every
on.
single time
Let's
it's
go.
actually not worked. Let's see. Oh!
Hey!
There we go.
Did you get a strong?
I did.
Good.
I did. So, I get strong once again. Perfect. All right. Now, for my movement phase, where's Gaston? Gaston is right there. I can move up to 2, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Yes, 2, because I'm not Aladdin. I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to go through there, that middle section there. And
Slight clustering of players.
Right? And then I'm going to do... I'm going to use Brawl.
Ooh.
Now, Brawl says it is a... Oh, let me reference really quick. I forgot what it's called.
Adjacent? Is that the...
That is a direct effect. That's a direct effect. Now, I can't use, or technically I can, but I would have to then discard a card. I can't
Banish a card.
banish a card. That's right, Aladdin. Can't use it on Aladdin. I don't want to banish a card. So
I'm safe.
I'm going to come over here, and I'm going
Demona.
to deal 4 damage to an adjacent rival. So right there.
What's it say underneath?
And then underneath it says, if that rival is not adjacent to any other of your, ooh. And underneath it says, if that rival is not adjacent to any of your other rivals, that rival's summoner chooses and banishes a card from their hand.
Well, aren't they? They are
But-
adjacent.
But it's that rival is not adjacent to.
To another rival.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Gaston's rival.
So he has to banish a card.
So he has to choose and banish a card from their
Also,
hand.
isn't that 5 damage because you have strong?
Yes.
It is. Good catch.
You trying to
good
get me
catch.
killed?
Hey, I'm just playing the game.
Good catch. So I'm going to put one more on here.
Rat
for
Fink.
ya. While you
So it drops it
look at-
down to 1.
It drops him down to 1.
Hey, she made a mistake that
need
could
to
have
know.
taken you out, and I didn't say anything.
Wow.
Banish.
I have to even it
And
out.
he's banishing
Didn't we
a
have
card.
another banish card down in the banish deck?
Maybe, possibly.
It might have been last. I don't
It
know.
came back, I guess.
And then this goes to my discard.
Yeah. We'll flip your
those,
discards over.
those get faced up.
Oh, yes. This goes to my discard here. All right. So that should be the end of my turn.
On to Sully's turn.
Because I just have 1 card
All right.
left.
Now, Sally's
Oh,
turn.
wow. Lots going to happen
Sully's,
here.
but take a little bit of damage. 1,
Yep.
2, 3. And get rid of Flustered and Shrunken.
I think the curse deals 1 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, the curse
Yep,
deals 1
Curse
damage.
does 1 damage. Flustered does 1 damage.
Oh, you have to banish a card again.
Do I?
That's
So
flustered.
flustered goes away,
Flustered.
and shrunken,
Shrunken goes away.
Whenever a status counter is removed from Flustered during the starting phase, this character's summoner banishes a random card
Yes.
from their hand.
Oh, so you have to flip your hand over and just like grab a random one too. You can't even choose what it is. Wide swipe. Oh, he has 2 of those, so he'll be fine.
It'll be good.
It's better than the next card down. Okay, so I take 3 damage. 1, 2.
You took 1.
I thought I took a damage for
No, that was
each.
just her card. You took 1 for
Yeah,
cursed.
just 1 for
Oh.
cursed.
Okay.
And you were at 8, so you're at 7.
Okay. Oh, I was off by 1 then.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell where I was, so I was
Yeah.
erring on the side of caution.
But you're
Okay.
still on.
I can
a-
still only.
Oh, and
I
you get one
one of
victory
these.
point.
Yes, you get a victory point.
Yay, a victory point. I can
They
still
saw
only do
7.
one damage in my attack phase for a punch.
Oh, your thing's gone now.
Any punching I do.
Shrinking is gone now.
Yeah, shrunken is gone.
Because you only had 1.
Okay.
So you have your attacks back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get to take 1.
So I can pick up 3.
And you have a lot of
cards.
people lined up right here.
Oh, you have no idea.
You get to take out 1 status counter
Yeah.
for each
Yeah. Okay.
status effect that you have.
Oh, there we go. Demona cards. Yeah.
But you're Sully.
I know.
Just wanted to make sure we were clear. Wait.
Okay, so skills. Traveled by door. If Sully is not moved this turn, move Sully to any unoccupied space adjacent to an ally with 4 or fewer hearts. Sully gains 1 immobilized. No, I like where he's at.
And we all have good health, so you can't do that. Besides Demona, she's at 1.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
If you're looking at how much health,
Yeah, I'm looking at how much health each character
Gaston has 5.
Yeah.
Dr. Facilier
Her
has
little
6.
save helped you. Or we would have gotten about 15 points just now. Okay. That's fine. So, for movement, is this a movement or an attack? Oh, that's an attack. Darn. That's also an attack. I like this one, so I'm going to use Charge In. Move up to 3 spaces. Sully may pass through rivals while moving. Deal 1 damage to each rival passed through this way. Oof. 1, 2, 3.
Works.
All right.
So, movement, I can standard move 2, but because that was technically an attack, I'm not going to move. Well, 1, 2. That's my movement.
Okay.
Darn if I'd thought about that. Well, I couldn't land in another character anyway, so that
Correct.
wouldn't have helped.
Yeah.
So,
That was
and
bad for my really good turn, I'm going to be honest with you. And by really good, I mean I think 3 damage to everyone.
well, I mean, you've got a whole bunch of people right there. Do what you can. Let's see. I don't think I've got anything else I can do.
I could have taken someone
count
out.
cards. Well, you got to tell me this stuff beforehand.
You've ruined us all.
We're on a team. You know, we can conspire.
Why don't I want them knowing?
I don't have enough of that to do that, and I don't have enough of that yet to do that. So, okay.
Actually, it doesn't matter, I don't think.
Okay. So, Sully's turn has concluded.
Has concluded. All
All
right.
All right.
Dr. Facilier.
Dr. Facilier.
First, you have to go through your status tokens.
Yeah.
You lose 1 immobilized.
Yep.
So,
There we go.
can't
Still
go
on
anywhere this turn, but the next turn, well, no, you can't. And
Yeah.
that one either.
All right. We're going to go ahead and do my skills.
All right.
And let's see if it has a magic on there. It does.
We're in
So
trouble.
I get to gain an additional action for this round.
Yes.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, okay, I can.
She only needs 1 hit.
Yes.
They're at full health. So is it 1, 2? 1, 2, if by any chance you had range, yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and seal the deal. It says deal 2 damage to an adjacent rival. If this KOs that rival, I can gain. I get to gain a point. And their summoner chooses and banishes a card from their hand.
Ooh.
It's just
Yes.
losing
So we're gonna go
cards,
ahead and take out Demona.
which is 5 points already.
5.
And you said
And
you get
then-
1 more. Yeah, you
I
banished
get
that.
one more. And then you banish a card.
We might die
So
soon.
now we've got 10, 13. We're at 13 points here.
Wait, no, I could have
Alright.
made a lot.
So that one goes there. And then I can't move.
You can't.
Nope.
I cannot. But I can go ahead and because I have my skills here. I'm going to go ahead and play Smooth Talker, and that adds 1 status counter to 1 status effect on any number of characters. And it says if 3 or more characters have status effects on them, I can draw 2 cards. So, I am going to go ahead and add 1 to Cursed. I'm going to go ahead and add 1, because it says on any number of characters and 1 status effect on any number. So 1 status counter to 1 status effect on any number of characters. So, I can add 1 then to Strong.
Ooh.
And I can add 1
Thank
to
you.
Magic Broom.
Oh, thank you.
And then I can draw 2 cards. Two, three,
It's good to have friends on the other side.
And it really is. You know what? It really is. I'm gonna take my moment here and not move because I can't.
You can add, you just can't take away.
Yes, I can add nuts. Yes. And so therefore ends my turn, I believe.
Ooh,
Okay.
that was good.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to figure out a way to get rid of Mickey if you want to save this.
You have to take away strong, unfortunately, because got killed.
Yes.
So that gets
So we
negated
will
altogether.
Yes.
Otherwise, she would have
We would take this
done
off.
major damage.
Yes.
Okay, so we will start there. And I don't have the required cards for her to upgrade yet. So, but I can draw 2. Okay, so no. Ooh. So that is, see, skills, if you have played 2 or more. Okay, skills I'm going to save. So first I'm going to use Wings of Flight, which allows me to move to any unoccupied space. Ariel, let's see.
She doesn't like Ariel very much.
I know. What did Ariel
like her.
do to you?
Well, I was wanting to
Absolutely
use this one
nothing.
before. Attack. Demona. Range 2, deal up to 2 damage or deal 2 damage to a rival. If that rival happens to be on one of those handy dandy crown spaces, deal 3 damage instead.
Oh.
So let's knock Ariel down a peg or 3. And that was 2 cards. So please put strong back on with 2 strong onto Demona.
Demona gets strong. With
Again.
2, you said.
Yep, with 2, please. Thank you. And yeah, that's her turn.
That's her turn. All right. We're going down to Mickey. So, gonna take one of these off, which lets me look at the top 2 cards. I get to then put them in whatever order. I get to put them back. And then it says, then I can reveal the top card. Mm-hmm. Huh.
What luck? A magic.
Finally.
Okay.
I feel like you're the world's worst magician over there. Can we just talk about that?
Finally.
If he did that again,
It's like watching my 7-year-old try and do magic.
Oh my gosh. So what you guys were,
Ta-da!
what we were looking for is this little magic symbol. That little magic symbol finally on the top, on that card, which means that I gain a magic broom.
Yay!
Wow. I just got rid of it, now I gained it. All right, let's start these phases. So, did that. Now I'm
Yes.
gonna draw a card. We're at Mickey right now. So, let's see here. Discard any. No, you know what? I'm not going to do that because I'm going to use my movement, which is mystical momentum. Mystical momentum, move up to 2 spaces, which I could already kind of do. But Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey gains 2 magic brooms. So I'm going to grab 2 more magic brooms.
Nice.
I'm going to put that right on there.
We're out of tokens.
He's just getting a bunch of brooms next to him.
Yeah.
Let's see here. And then I'm going to go 1, 2.
Interesting.
And I get next to
Sully?
there. total status counters on status effects, you gain an additional movement phase this turn.
So you get to move again.
Which I don't necessarily want it, but whatever. This goes there. Let me check something really quick. No. Okay. So I get another movement phase. So I got to move another 2 standard moves. I don't know. What am I gonna do with this? Let's just do that, I guess. And then we're gonna go with our action.
He didn't even use it yet.
No, I haven't done it yet. Haven't. So action phase. All I could really do is attack 2. So Sully, you will get 2.
Oh, you know, Aladdin's looking a little scary there at full health.
Yeah, Aladdin, you know.
You think he could stay there?
Aladdin can stay there.
Okay.
Aladdin can stay there for just a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Aladdin can stay. And that's it. That's the end of my turn for that. Maleficent, your turn.
Okay, so we came to the conclusion, if I recall correctly, that this is if I can't meet that, right?
So if Maleficent is on a victory point space, draw a card for each rival you have dealt damage to this turn. And then it says, put a card from your hand on top of your deck.
So I'm assuming that's if I can't meet the first requirement, right?
Correct. You can do you can do each one of them one time.
Okay, so
Yeah, because I was going to say, unless it says
one of them.
choose one.
Choose one, correct.
so I drew a card for my first thing.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put the card from my hand on the top of my deck.
Okay.
Wait a minute, but is that if?
That's if I'm not on a crown square, which I'm not.
Okay.
So then, now I'm in between phases, which allows me to use 2 of these, and I'm banishing them. They're gone from the game.
Let's
Yep, show 'em.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You gotta show them.
So,
So what do you got here?
Two
You got
shells.
2 shells.
and I need 2 shells and 2
Oh,
wind. 1 wind, 2 wind.
Cool.
So those are banished from the game.
And then
She
you
is
flip.
upgraded. And
these
that was my
discards?
discard pile.
Okay.
And now that gives me a brand new ability.
Yeah.
Whenever you play or discard a magic card during Maleficent's turn, I deal 1 damage to up to 1 rival. So now we are going to use her movement card, and Entrancing Approach lets me move up to 3 spaces, and if I'm on a crown space, I can move 1 character 1 space.
Okay.
So I can move 1, 2, 3, land here. Now I'm on a crown, so I can move Aladdin anywhere. So I'm gonna move Aladdin just to safety over here, away from both of those people hitting him, which then uses a magic card. And then, not that
what's
magic
that?
card. Wait, where did
You're
there
done
you
with
go.
this one.
Yeah, there you go. That uses 1 magic card, and then I have another magic card here, which is my attack phase, and it lets me choose up to 2 rivals, and for each of those rivals, I deal 1 damage, and then for each rival adjacent to them, they take another damage.
Okay.
So both of these guys get hit for 2. Gaston and Dr.
Facilier.
Facilier, they get hit for 2.
Because it said adjacent to him
Yep.
loses.
And then
See that card? Sorry.
So they each get 1 for the default attack, and then
and 1 for being
Each of
adjacent.
those-
adjacent to each other.
Choose up to 2 rivals. For each of those rivals, deal 1 damage to them, and 1 damage to each of your rivals adjacent to them. So yeah, he picked those 2,
And
Yeah.
they're adjacent to
And
each
then
other.
they're adjacent to each other.
Yep. So 2 each.
And then with my new ability from upgrading, I can deal 2 damage or 1 damage to up to 1 rival for each magic card, which I use 2. So I can deal 2 more damage to somebody, which nobody's at 2 health, so I can get either of you to 1 health. And I'm
Well-
going to choose him.
Oh, you can choose any of them or adjacent to.
Just anyone at all.
Okay.
Any
so,
rival at all.
Okay,
Yep.
so who are you choosing?
Dr. Facilier.
All right.
The Facilier.
Whenever you play
Actually,
or discard
Gaston, because
a magic
Aladdin's
card
right there.
during Maleficent's
Gaston?
turn, deal
Yeah,
1
so
damage for up
Gaston's
to
going to
1
be hit
rival.
for 2 and be at 1.
Okay.
All right. Then he'll be hit. He'll be at 1.
Where did this come from? Oh, this was one of my discards.
Yeah.
Discard, yeah.
Yeah, he was reading them.
Which leaves me with
right here.
1 card. But that was a pretty big turn.
That was a good
That
one.
was a good
That
turn.
was a good
That
one.
was a good turn.
Very good turn. I see what you're saying. But,
Done?
Yeah.
Whew.
okay.
All right.
Ariel.
Ariel! Oh, Ariel!
Oh.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and use Ariel skill. Flip on my top card. It is, of course, not an Ariel card.
Did you draw?
And I'm... Oh, I have not drawn, so I guess that would...
Draw a card.
Draw a card.
Because you have to.
Oh,
you have
and
to
I get my
follow.
point. I get my...
Yep, you got this.
So I get 1
One.
point.
well.
There you go.
Oh, they're
There
up
we
to
go.
14.
Then draw the
Yep.
card.
You got to draw your card.
All right. Then
then-
technically this would be flipping
Yes.
over. And it's still not an Ariel card.
Oh, okay.
So...
You know, I was just
doesn't-
hoping.
yeah,
None
we
of
tried.
mine have
You tried.
that option.
We tried.
Now, I do want to say
We
what
tried.
sucks is you guys had 3 people here. So everyone there would have been hit for 3. And I would have had such a huge turn.
Oh, I see what you
yeah.
meant. I see what you meant. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But it was more up to whether or not he moved Mickey
Yeah.
in the long run.
So, all right. I am...
And we have 2 characters that can
Let me
earn
see here.
points.
All right. I am once again not going to move.
Okay.
And I've already done my skills. It got me
Skills and your movement.
nothing. Yeah. But for Ariel, I'm going to go ahead and play this action card.
Action.
It is Courageous Spirit.
Ooh.
So I'm going to choose the second one where I can discard another action card to deal 3 damage to a rival, and their summoner loses 1 point,
Oh.
1 victory point.
Oh,
So I'm going to go ahead and discard complete collection,
All
and then
right.
that gets, and I'm going to deal 3 damage to Demona,
Demona.
and you lose 1
One victory
one
point.
victory
this
point.
is
Yeah, just put it right
not
there.
looking good. But we do get 6 back. Next turn.
Whoa. Whoa. He's right.
Yeah. And then,
He's
well,
right.
you know
He's gonna
what?
take me
Hang
out.
on here. We're going to.
Uh-oh.
Who do I want to upgrade though? Is the real question.
You're technically done. You've done all 3.
right.
Yeah, you
Well,
need to be
or-
in.
Y'all did that to him
unless-
earlier, so.
I hadn't moved, so if I wanted to, I could actually upgrade Ariel.
Oh,
and
it
then
is in
move.
between the movement
Oh, and
phase.
then move. Yeah.
True.
So, but I don't want to upgrade Ariel, so we're good.
I had to use a technicality of saying this one counted so I could technically be in the skill phase
Yeah.
and skip that so I was in between phases.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Who's next?
And then back up to Aladdin.
Back up.
So we lose a stealth.
Oh, I didn't even need to move him. I forgot. No one wants to hit him right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So Aladdin, I can draw a card because I desperately need some. I know what this one is because I put it back here. Ooh. Oh, never mind. You have...
Plus, you still have to draw your regular cards. Or do
No.
you have to complete?
This was the one card that I had to draw. This,
Oh.
like regularly. Okay, so standard movement is 3 because he's cool. I can discard a card to give 1 more stealthy. I think I'm fine on them for a little bit. Or I can recover 1 HP, but I'm also fine on that.
Yeah.
So I just need to attack.
Don't you have to draw cards, though?
I did.
To get to 6?
No,
Just one.
Oh.
Yeah, just one.
Oh, he only has the deal 1?
you only draw one card.
Oh.
So I can use this, but I should probably use this later because I think I know he has less cards than me. So I'm just going to use
You can have it,
default
actually.
standard
You don't
attack
have
of
to have
2,
that.
and we take out
You
Gaston,
take out Gaston.
which gives us 6 more of these.
Yay!
I mean, they're at 14,
We've got some work
but
to do.
And now
This guy's
Gaston
out.
doesn't get to go next, so it's next to Sully. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah,
Yes,
Gaston can
does
still.
go.
Yep, he can still go.
Go, but
he won't have any of
strong.
those
I just won't have anything.
strong.
Not yet, anyway.
Oh,
Yep.
because his turn's right after, so he just comes right back. Oh, it's fine. We get the points.
Yeah.
Yep. Face those down.
Anything else with you?
No, that's it.
No? All right.
Good job.
All right, Gaston.
Okay.
Gaston.
Pick a spot, any spot.
Yeah, do I put him back first?
Yep. You put him back
Put him back
first
first.
and put his health back to full on one of the back rows.
Go there.
You should take revenge.
I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna grab a card. I'm gonna shrug it off. I'm gonna use a movement. So it says remove any status effects of your choice from Gaston. I don't have anything, but move up to 3 spaces.
Ooh.
So he is going to, this goes over here. He's going to move 3 spaces. So he's going 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to use my skill, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card, well, we all know what this is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Does he get
Fingers
strong?
crossed, fingers
Does
crossed.
he get it?
No. Oh wait, no,
Yes,
no,
it's an
wait.
attack.
Yes, it's an
It's
attack.
got, it's a sword. It's the sword, so you get your
Yes.
strength back. And it's one.
1.
1 strong.
There we go.
Very nice. Okay, so 1 strong. Very good.
Good.
Now, I'm gonna do my action. Now my action is I'm gonna use Fury.
Ooh.
Fury says deal 1 damage to an adjacent rival. You gain an additional movement phase or action phase this turn.
Ooh.
So I'm going to use that, deal 1 damage, but I'm actually dealing 2 damage to Sully.
Sully's getting low.
Awesome.
Damn!
Oh.
We're gonna need
where you
to
went.
stick him together. He's falling apart.
It's falling. Don't worry, Sully's going to take a little nap. Because I'm going to use my additional action phase
Yes.
to do my standard action, which is 2, but I have strong,
Which is
3 to Sully.
Wait, how much does Sully go for?
11? No, 7.
7? Oh, GG.
7.
They won.
7.
They won.
They
So
won.
5, 6, and
How many have they got?
7 points.
14.
So 14 and 7
is
is
21.
21.
They won the game.
Good game.
You're lucky.
Game, guys.
If Sully had gotten his turn, those were both gonna die.
Oh, I bet.
You guys had 3 lined up. I could have gone here and hit
Yeah.
every single one of you for 2.
Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah.
right. I had, well, with Facilier, my next thing was going to be, obviously, he was getting rid of Immobilize.
Yeah.
And then I was going to move up to 2 spaces and then gain 2 stealthy, and nobody was just going to touch me. Because I was like, this'll.
Good game.
That was great. Well, that was such a good game. Now,
Yeah.
just to let you guys know out there, we did technically have to finish up this round, which means that we do need to go through all the players and all the different characters. But we collectively decided there may not be a chance for them to catch up since we did actually even go farther than 20 points. And you guys had how many?
7.
7. Yeah, 7.
We would, yeah, we would have needed 15 points.
15 points. So definitely, you do need to finish up the round, but we decided collectively to just end the game right then and there. Guys, playability. What do you guys think?
No.
Sabrina.
You know what? Playability for me, it gets a 5. This lovely little 5 token here. It gets a 5 because there's so much to this game. And as far as like strategy goes, you can add things to it each time. Like we noticed that there's strategy of how we place our characters.
Yeah.
That we had kind of decided, we had looked at things, at least for our team anyways, we had looked at things early on, and we knew Ariel was kind of a healer from what the card had said. So we were like, let's have her at the end of that round, and that way she can hopefully heal anybody that has gotten injured and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of strategy to this game that I don't think we even really touched.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's something that I think you gain the more you play.
Yeah.
So it gets a 5.
Nice. What do you think, Frank?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. 5 victory points out of 5. It's a fun game. Definitely look forward to playing it again. Look forward to trying the online version also.
Yeah,
but to focus on this, just there's so much strategy involved. Like Sabrina said, and the stacking of, we still haven't gotten very heavily into all of these additional strengths that can be added on, stacked up. Just the damage that can be done in one round with some of the characters, and seeing also what some of the characters can do, is definitely going to make me rethink characters that I choose in the future, and how they can also best work with some of the other characters that maybe people didn't see. So.
Yeah, definitely. What you think?
For playability, I'm going to have to say a 5 as well. There's so many different ways you can play, and there's a lot of stuff we didn't do or didn't end up seeing because there are so many other characters that you can get that had so many other play styles and happenings to the game that could completely change everything. And so I think it has a lot of replayability, and it was just fun to sit down here and play it, even though we lost, but it's still, it was a really fun experience. I like.
Yeah. No, I have to agree. I'm going to also give it 5 victory points there. And basically the same thing that you guys said. Like, there's so many different ways to kind of do things, and like we played basically kind of picking our characters.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can also do villains versus heroes, or like there's so many different ways. And as soon as you start bringing in these expansions, I bet like there's going to be different game mechanics and different ways to be able to like play. I wonder if there's going to be some characters that work better with other characters and stuff. Right now, just for this core game, Ariel's really the only healer, which was fun to have her, on our side to be able to heal us over here, because you guys were dealing some damage to us. So that was cool. That was really, really cool. Frank, what do you think of the design of this game?
I have to. I'll give it 4.5 out of 5 victory points. At first, it was a little intimidating, but once you get into it, I mean, as far as the look of it, it's outstanding. The colors, the artwork involved, just the creativity in general. The artwork, even on the player pieces, front, back. It's all well thought out. The bottom pieces go along. You can't just randomly grab one of them. Everything kind of ties in and determines the amount of points. It's just, extremely well thought out. It's consistent throughout the entire process.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think?
I'm going to give it a 4, a little lower. There is a lot of spots where we had to come to a decision on whether or not we thought one thing was the way it should go or the other thing.
Sure.
And it led to a lot of confusion and breaks that kind of ruined the flow of the gameplay.
Okay, yeah.
But there is also a lot of good things. Like every character matchup has so many different unique interactions that can change the way your game plays out. Because for example here, I had Aladdin and Maleficent. And if you see on the top left here, they each have a certain amount of all the different color things here. And you need to pick your characters so that you can upgrade both of them. Because I could only upgrade one character because they both needed shell.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened here with Sabrina as
Sabrina
well.
had that also.
She
So
kind of
it
needed
gives-
to decide.
Every part matters, so there's no choices in here that were added just to add content. Like everything matters to the play out.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
pick based on your favorite. Oh, I love that character.
Yeah.
Okay, that may not work out so well.
That might not. No. What you think?
I'm going to agree. I'm going to go with 4 as far as the game design goes. Only because, like, with some of the characters, I know we had to, on a couple of them, we kind of rigged them a little and put a little bit of, like, a sticky adhesive in there. Not like a glue, but just something that we can remove. Kind of like one of those little sticky tapes. Because we did have some issues where you'd go to pick up the character
It would just fall.
and it would just fall out. Yeah. So we kind of rigged them a little bit. The other thing is that, well, I like the fact that we know that these aren't just going to slide around, so we know where they're at. At the same time, picking them up and, like, moving them, like, if you didn't get it right in, there's little ridges. I'm not sure how well you can see it here, maybe better under there, but there's little ridges
Yeah, it's a little tight.
going through there. So if you didn't quite line it up quite right, it wouldn't quite fit in.
Yeah.
But it also means that there's no mistaking. Are you on a 4? Are you on a 5? Anything like that. But it just was, there was pros and cons to that.
Yeah, definitely.
With it being able to, you know, the fact that you have to actually pick it up and kind of move it around and stuff was a little monotonous, I guess, is what I want to say.
Yeah.
But the characters themselves, it's a solid, like, it's a heavy-duty little plastic piece. And they have a front and a back to them. They're really kind of cool designed. And each of the areas that they're on, Aladdin comes on, like, sand.
Yeah.
And Gaston kind of like on a bar tavern floor. So they're all kind of designed specifically to those characters. And I guess the other thing we noticed is we probably needed a few more of just the tokens.
Of just the little tokens, yeah. Yeah.
But otherwise, I was gonna say, because the cards themselves, they're gorgeous cards. They're real nice, and the icons on them are fairly easy to see. Either you recognize it by color or by shape.
Yeah. No. I totally agree, and I'm also going to give it a 4. The game mechanics and I guess the learning curve of how to, like, play it was a little difficult.
Yeah.
I felt it was a little difficult, but once we kind of started playing, I think we kind of got it.
Yeah.
But one thing that I want to touch on are these turn order tokens. Like, these are brilliantly designed. 2-sided, because there's two, you can play up to two teams. So there's a red side, there's a blue side, and it's just a flip.
Yeah.
These status effects, like you guys saw, just kind of connect. That's it.
They slide
kind of
right
connect.
in.
They slide right in.
Yeah.
These go in any order.
Fit together
There's
well.
no, like, difficulty of, like, putting them together or anything like that.
And they slide within themselves to be
Correct.
stacked,
Yeah.
which is nice too.
So,
And
like,
they
it's
fit
so
together
fun.
side by side.
Yeah, they fit together side by side. Like, I've played other games that you have to, like, there's tokens that kind of say, like, oh, okay, like, this one's strong and this one, but having 15 different tokens, like, sometimes gets a little lost. I like the fact that these are big enough for you to be able to see, big enough
And
for you
just
to be able to
stack a
just
simple
stack.
small token.
Yeah.
And it's beautifully, you can see it.
And you don't need, so if you've got stealthy on there, you're not doubling up and adding more stealthy. You're like, oh, well, now they've got 2 stealthy.
Now
No,
they got 2,
Just
yeah.
tokens.
these little tokens on there tell you, oh, how many do I have of that?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is, it's simplistic and brilliant.
Yeah.
And it has the little marker, so that way there's no doubt, like, oh, whose turn
it is? Yeah.
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 Agreed.
Can we add in the turn cards here?
Yeah, I was
These
gonna
just
say.
work.
These are so well done. It gives you exactly what you need to be doing. There's actually 2 different versions because there are 4 different chapters for this game. So there's a chapter 1, chapter 2, 3, and 4 reference cards, and chapter 1 and 2.
Are
you know
beginners.
what? Right here are for beginners. We played like the intermediate, kind of level.
Intermediate, advanced.
But there's a chapter 1 reference card, and what they did was they just put chapter 2 right on the back. So they have that. These beautifully designed here. And also, like what we were talking about in the game, like there's upgrades. It's just the same card, just flip it over. You have your upgrade right there. You don't have anything else that you need to be worried about. I loved it. I really, really loved like the way that they thought of simplifying, I guess, like the amount of things that you have on the table. That was awesome. That was really well.
For as busy it is, it's extremely simplified.
Yeah.
When you look at it at first, it was a little bit overwhelming, or not overwhelming, intimidating.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. And once you get into it, oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just so beautifully just thought out.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Agreed.
And with the cards as well, and I think we touched on this briefly in gameplay, but it tells you across the top how many of those cards you have of that style. So Trident Strike, for example, there's 3 of them in the Ariel deck.
Yeah.
So if you're looking through to just discard a card, and you come across like Driving Waves, right, or Banish, you've only got one of
those, yeah.
That's not probably going to be the one card that you want to discard, or, so if that's the case, Trident Strike is going to be the better card to do that with. And it goes through, and there's, 1s, 3s, and she apparently doesn't have any 2s. So it's just 1s and 3s with her. So she's got a lot of 1s and not a whole lot of repeats. So hers are a bunch of single use and only one set of repeats.
Usually a sign of a very powerful character.
Yeah.
Right?
Whereas Dr. Facilier has some 2s in there.
All right, guys. So we finished playing the game. We've kind of talked a little bit about, like the game components, playability, design. Who is this game for? Is this game for beginner, board gamers? Is it for intermediate board gamers, advanced? What do you all think? We'll go with you first.
At the start, getting into it, I would say advanced, but I feel like there's so many things that after a while straighten it out. It makes a lot more sense. And I think it could be very intermediate friendly. It just takes a game or 2 to kind of get it going.
I feel you.
But I'd say intermediate for the most part.
Nice, yeah.
I'm going to go with Trent and go with intermediate. But it also comes down to what version you play. If you play chapters 1 or 2, you could probably get away with calling it a beginner-friendly game. There's, not having played it, I don't know how simplified they get it. So, that's why I'm primarily sticking with intermediate. If you start to get into a lot of the add-on packs, you could end up quite advanced.
Definitely.
Because you do need to, especially with the strategy, you really need to be able to start thinking 3 moves ahead, as well as, the entire game ahead. As you pick your characters, you try to pick characters that will work with each other. If you're playing with a teammate, pay attention to what they picked in their turn, because that's all going to kind of play off of themselves. So, it can go intermediate to advanced.
Definitely.
So,
Sabrina?
I would have to agree. It's intermediate to advanced on the 3 and 4, and I think that's the way it's meant to be. On the earlier chapters, I was kind of briefly looking over at this for the chapter 1 and chapter 2 reference, just to see what the differences are.
Yeah.
And they don't have the skills section of that. So they literally just have movement and action phases, so they're not doing all 3 phases. It's only 2 phases. And like the chapter 1 reference for it, it's for the movement phase, it's either move 2 spaces or you play one of your active movement cards. So versus on the 3 and 4, you know, you have that on there, the standard movement, or you can add, you know, if it's say I'm playing Ariel and I put down a Dr. Facilier movement card, then I add on 1 more movement to that and make it 3.
Yeah.
So they have that additional piece to it.
It just removes a lot of additional clauses and pieces that you don't have to keep track of.
Yeah.
So I would say that this, I think, is a game that the more you play, I think the more details come out and the more characters that you learn which ones work together.
Yeah.
And even then, the way they have you draw, the cards, you're not able to necessarily, like, I had kind of looked through early on for the different characters, and I was like, okay, Dr. Facilier would pair well with, like, Maleficent, and would pair well with Sorcerer Mickey, and I was the first one to draw, so by the time it got back around to me, I was stuck with whatever was left.
Which turned out to be pretty good.
And Ariel worked out pretty well.
Ariel worked out great, except for, like, pairment-wise, as far as, like, being able to upgrade, like, I had to choose.
Yeah.
But I think as far as that goes, I think that's what makes this... I think if you're playing with a group of intermediate, it's intermediate. But if you have more advanced players, it definitely becomes a more advanced game just because of the strategy that is involved. But it's a subtle strategy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not... Like, you can start this out and have no strategy at all.
Just kind of move things around.
Yes, and move things around,
You still
and then
play the game
and
before?
as you're learning these cards, you realize the amount of strategy that there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I agree, 100%. I think it's intermediate. The interesting thing is that this game is actually 13 plus as well, which I think is a good age range for this game. And to piggyback what you guys were saying, we had 3 different movements that we can, or 3 different actions that we can take. We had movement, we had our action, and then we had our skill.
skills.
And we can do them in any order.
Yeah.
And that's where that I have to strategize because I need to see if I'm going to want to do this first. If I get an extra card, then is it a card that I'm going to be able to play for my movement or my action or anything like that? Yeah. Totally.
And it requires
agree.
both analytic and creativity.
Yeah.
It's not easy for anybody who's just strictly, one side of the brain.
And it also looks at, too, like, if you're going to curse somebody, if you're next to somebody, where do they fall in this lineup?
Correct.
Will it actually have an effect on them or not?
Yep.
Or you as a result in the long run.
Yeah. No, I agree. Definitely intermediate. For sure. Yeah. Okay. Got a question, though.
Okay.
Are you going to play this again? Are you going to summon it back to your game table? Or are we just banishing it to the shelf and kind of keeping it there for a little bit? What do you think? Sabrina, we'll go with you.
I would definitely say summon.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's definitely a game that I would enjoy playing again.
Yeah.
So it's a summon for me.
Awesome.
I'd summon it
Yeah.
with a few more characters as well.
There we go.
There you are.
With the little expansion.
Definitely summon it. Definitely want the action, the expansion packs.
Yeah.
And definitely interested in finding out if that online version is cooperative.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to agree.
Love it.
Summon it. I'm playing this game again. And I agree as well with some expansion packs. I think this would be cool. I know that there's, well, obviously I know that there's Buzz Lightyear in one of these expansion packs. So I'm excited to play with him. But yeah.
That whole favorite character thing.
Yeah, it's like
I want Goofy myself.
I don't know if I'm going to be.
It'd be interesting to see what Goofy
playing
does.
with him at all.
Yeah.
But I think that's a cool thing about this game is that you can just pick like your favorites and be like, okay, I'm going to play with these 2, and then you find out after the game you're like, they didn't work together.
Yeah.
So I might just play with her and let me try Aladdin this time. You know.
Yeah.
So that's the cool thing about this game. Well, guys, thank you for being here.
you.
Thank you for playing with us.
Thank
you
you.
all out there for watching.
Yes.
And also thank you to the Op Games for gifting us this
you.
game. We had such a wonderful time. Again, if you guys want to get your own version, you guys can do so at the link down below. And let us know, do you want to see us play this again with some expansions? And as well, do you want to see us play the mobile game? Let us know down below. Thank you guys so much again for joining us today here at WDWNT Play. We'll see you next time.